What's going on, everyone? You're listening to 99 Yards here with your host, Audibot. And today we got a special guest on the show. You want to introduce yourself?
Yo guys, what's going on? You already know the vibes. It's BlaidenK.
Yes, sir. Well, we're going to get into some NFL stuff today. Like, this could be good talk, and we'll get into that. If you're on Anchor, this will be a 30-second announcement here we got to make so I can get paid. I want to get paid. I really do. Okay. And on YouTube, though, skip all that. We're going to go right into it. So, let's start off with it. So, you're a Browns fan, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See, right as I said that, there's an immediate reaction. Yeah.
Seven
So
and three, baby. 7 and
yeah,
3.
y'all are actually competing for a playoff spot, which is something that we
Yeah.
would have never thought about in the last 4 years. Like that's like it's just surprising me. Let me pull that up right now. So y'all probably the Steelers probably won't give up the number one seed, but
The
y'all are
Steel
in
yeah.
competition with the Ravens.
Yeah. So the Steelers obviously are still undefeated. They're gonna probably hold on to the 1 seed.
Hmm.
And my guess is they'll probably end up going 14-2, but they're just gonna do whatever they can to clinch the 1 seed.
Hmm.
And then probably week 17, if they've already clinched the 1 seed, they'll bench their starters.
Yeah.
Um, the Ravens will be interesting because even if we lose to the Ravens, if they lose to the Steelers again, we could
Yeah.
still hold the second spot in the AFC North. And since we beat the Colts, there's a good chance that we'll actually have the fifth seed in the
Oh yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, that AFC South, wow, that is close. I
yeah,
never realized how close it
Colts
is.
and
I mean,
Titans
yeah, Colts and
are
Titans,
neck
that's
and
all.
neck.
Yeah, and then the rest, that's a big fall off. That's a big drop off.
Yeah.
Then it's 3-7, 1-6. Just funny to me how we're talking about the NFC or AFC North, which is probably the best division, and I'm a Giants fan sitting at the NFC East, and
That's
that's
tough. And y'all could still win your division.
yeah,
Y'all could
we
still
could.
you're still in there.
It's I kind of want the Cowboys to win tomorrow, so I think if the Cowboys win. That because then we play the Cowboys again. We've already played the Eagles and Redskins twice.
Yeah.
Um, so dang, because literally if they win, they take the division, and then
Yeah.
that should be. It's like everybody's the same record, and it's not
Yeah,
even a good record.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
3-7.
3-7, yeah.
So
Except
what
for
are
the
we gonna be
Eagles, I
doing in
think
the
have the
playoffs?
one tie.
Yeah, the
Well,
one tie.
here's what's funny, right? Is at the beginning of the season, right, in preseason, I
Hmm.
actually said the Cowboys would go to the Super Bowl. And
Oh,
that's still
oh,
and despite losing Dak, it could still
yeah,
happen. It could still
yeah,
happen.
yeah. I think right now, Giants probably have the best shot just because we're probably the best team whenever it comes to playing. Like Cowboys have had their problems. I think we're in all our games. Like I think there's only
Yeah.
one game that we were completely out of, and that was the 49ers game.
Yeah.
All of those have come down to like close games. So
Yeah, I think the Cowboys' biggest issue is defense, really.
defense, yeah, and then that
Yeah.
whole quarterback situation. But now they got Dalton back.
Yeah,
So
Andy
that's
Dalton, yeah.
yeah, Andy Dalton's
He's
back.
uh
So
he's
that's
pretty he's
cool.
pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like back in Cincinnati, I don't think he was that big of a problem for them.
He
He really
well,
wasn't.
Andy Dalton has always been the epitome of average, right? He probably
Yeah,
won't lose you games, but if he needs to lead a game-winning drive, he's also probably not
yeah,
going to do that. So,
yeah. Like I think he just got the hate, and you know what? He just like I don't know. People kind of. I think they could have kept him there, and like more of a mentor role because I don't think Andy Dalton's a bad mentor. At least whenever they did bring in Joe Burrow. Only thing is,
I I'm gonna keep it real with you. I would literally rather have like Josh McCown in there than Andy Dalton to mentor
is Josh
Joe
McCown still
Burrow.
play?
He doesn't play, but he's on like I think it's either with the Eagles or another. It
Oh
might be
yeah,
with the
he
where
is.
he's on like
He
that
is.
weird contract
Yeah.
where he just has to like
Yeah.
be
Oh
on.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
like
I
a
remember
doctor
that.
where he's like on call.
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
yeah, if we
Yeah.
need you, you just gotta
Yeah.
pull
I saw that. It was like he's getting like 100 or no, like he's getting like 100 or some K just to like sit on the couch
Yeah.
and just watch the games.
It's
Like
so funny. It's so
like
funny.
even if you're back, you have to go to the games, and you might not like you just have to sit there watching the starters play. But Josh McCown like can literally
Yeah.
just turn off the channel anytime and then just go do something and get 100K for that.
He can do whatever he wants. He just has to be
He's
on
lit it.
call at
He's
all
lit it.
times.
As long as his phone's charged
Yeah,
100%
he's
and
good. He's
has
good.
connection, he's good. Yep, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, he's like what? He's almost 40 years old, I think.
I'm
He's
pretty
like
sure he is 40. I'm pretty
38.
sure he's
He's 40?
40. I think
Yeah.
so. It's like
He's
him, Tom Brady, and
Drew Brees, I think is also
yeah.
40. Is Ben? I don't know. Ben's like
No.
37 or
Ben
something like that.
Now Ben's I think like 35, 36, something like that. He's not that old, but like he's
Yeah.
pretty old, but like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
still good.
Man, yeah. Well, talking about the Ravens and Steelers game tomorrow, who do you think have
Oh
winning that
my
game?
gosh. The Ravens I I thought the Ravens would win the Super Bowl this year until I
For real?
realized how
Oh,
bad the
yeah.
receiving core was.
Yeah. I mean,
Um
they started Des Bryant last game. I saw him get a couple catches.
yeah, he got a couple catches for he had
If
like
he can,
17 yards.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna do anything, but like,
It's like dude hasn't played football in what, like 3 years, and dudes are gonna expect him to be this,
yeah, I didn't even
superstar that he
realize.
used to be.
No, I didn't even realize that like he got picked up off the
Yeah,
practice squad.
yeah. He was signed to the practice squad a few weeks ago, and then he
Yeah,
was signed to the actual roster, I think, last week, and then he
yeah,
played. But like, if if you guys are so desperate, if your receiving core is so bad that you had to go out and get Des Bryant,
yeah. There
it's
has to
like
be
that.
somebody else. There
It's
has
like
to be someone.
that would be like your quarterback situation being so bad that you had to go out and get Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, I
That's the
mean,
equivalent. Colin Kaepernick
yeah,
hasn't played football in 3 years,
yeah.
right? That
I'm actually kind of surprised that no one has picked him up. To be honest, like not just
I mean, yeah, I get it. Like because
yeah,
at this tryout, like everyone was saying that, like, oh yeah, he still has a pretty decent arm, but he did
yeah,
get benched for Blaine Gabbert the last time he played.
yeah,
So, I
yeah,
mean, again, your quarterback situation would have to be literally dire
yeah, yeah.
in
I'm just
order to
surprised
sign
like he doesn't even have
Kaepernick.
like he's better than a lot of third strings at least. Like at
I
least
mean,
a bench
it's like
spot.
yeah, he's better than
I
like
don't
Ben
expect him to.
DiNucci,
Yeah, yeah,
but like,
yeah. Hey, that's the goat that you're talking about from TikTok. Dang, I saw like what is going on with that too? Like I saw a
oh my
whole bunch of
gosh,
TikTok.
Trace
I saw
McSorley,
the
Bendon.
trace
Oh my
mix. No,
gosh.
and then yesterday I saw someone do what was his name? Rodrigo Blankenship as a quarterback.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
yeah, I'm like, oh, y'all like trying. They're taking every single player and just making a meme out of it. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, Trace McSorley really did start something there.
I think the
Dang,
reason Blankenship became a meme was
was because of
because
their glasses.
either that or the fact that he like fell short on a field goal. It wasn't even like a long field goal.
Oh,
It was to the point where like they were at I think the 35, so it was like a 52 or 53-yard field goal. They couldn't even attempt it. They punted.
oh,
They punted from like
oh,
the 35 or 36.
yay.
I was like, Jesus, I could not imagine.
Was it in like was it in a dome or was it
It
outdoors?
was this past week
Oh yeah, they
against
played.
the Packers.
Oh wow, dang,
I mean,
that's actually
he
tough.
ended up kicking, I think, one later on, but it still wasn't like a long like this dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. He just
I
can't
don't know how
kick.
much I trust a guy who has to wear glasses underneath the helmet. Like, have you seen like wearing those glasses? Like,
Dude just can't see.
I know. I was like, dang, that's tough. I mean, I've seen a couple players wear not like that. Like they at least have a visor to cover it up. But he's
Yeah.
just like he looks like one of those guys who just got like he looks like kind of like the water boy just got picked up from somewhere.
My thing is like if you have to wear glasses in the NFL, at that point just get contacts, man. Just get
I know.
contacts. It's like you got all the money in the
Mm,
world. I guarantee you can get a
for
nice
real.
pair of contacts.
Yeah. And I mean, he is a kicker. I mean, he's not losing that job
Yeah, it's
unless
like I mean you would
unless he
have to
does
be
something.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you would have to really sell in order
Yeah,
to
kicker is
lose
one of those
one bad
spots that
job.
if you like, it's hard to get the spot, but once you have it, unless you completely screw up your like job,
Yeah,
like Cody
exactly.
Parkey or something like that, you're gonna keep it. You know, as long as you
Exactly.
can make like a good
Yeah.
field goal from here and there, you know, like you make it. Like
Got to
you'll
be mostly
receive a lot of
consistent. That's it.
yeah. Either you can kick or if you're consistent, or if you can like at least get through like tough situations, like you know, at the end of
Yeah.
games. You know, that's all you need. That's all you need because
Just
there's no
don't
competition.
choke all the
Yeah,
time
don't.
and
Yeah,
you'll be good.
yeah, there's a reason Cody Parkey lost his job because
Yeah.
he wasn't like he double doinked a kick. I don't know how. That's just the unluckiest feeling ever.
Blair
Oh,
Walsh.
Blair Walsh. I don't he deserved he tried it was funny because he tried to come back, right? And I
Yeah.
remember the first kick he tried to come back, and I think it was with the Seattle Seahawks against the team that he missed. He misses his first kick. I'm like,
Yep.
dang, he actually got a spot. And I was like, how
That's the
close was that?
thing.
23
Like
yards or something like that.
it was, yeah, it wasn't even a long, like the thing with
Yeah.
kickers is it is all mental, right? Because most of
Yeah.
them, have the skill to make any field goal from that
Yeah.
distance. But like you Blair Walsh missing that field goal, he was shot mentally. Like
Hmm.
he's receiving death threats
Oh,
because he
yeah.
missed that field goal, right? So it's literally just like he can't, like he's now psyching himself out anywhere anytime he's anywhere near that
For
same
real.
situation.
Is he on a team right now? I
I
think
doubt it.
he's
I
I
really
don't think
doubt it,
so.
but
I don't think so. I thought he was with no, he never signed with the Jets. I don't know why I thought that, but
yeah.
no,
What's
he's
crazy
not
is
here.
that he was actually a really good kicker before that
Oh yeah, he
happened.
was. He was actually
Like
a very
he was
scary
one of
kicker.
the most efficient kickers in the
He was
league, and
one
he
I
just
think he was
won.
actually one of
And
the best at that
yeah,
point.
he was.
And I
And
mean, he was drilling them from like 50 plus, like 55 plus even. Like it was scary to like if it came down and Blair Walsh was the kicker, like at some point like you were like, okay, I mean the chance have gone down. Like he was one of the best kickers in the league.
yeah, I mean that's the thing is you can go from literally
Yeah.
one of the best at your
Yeah.
position to
Yeah.
irrelevant in a
Yeah.
span of a year.
Like, yeah, I mean that's not I mean that's just I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of people said it was also the hold, but I still think that like
Maybe.
23 yards, just gotta pooch it in. Like literally just pooch it in. If
Yeah,
you remember,
but even if it is the hold, again, it's just like you miss that. That's like that sits
yeah,
with you. You're like, oh, what if he messes up the hold again? It's like
yeah,
I don't
because
know.
like I don't know, like Jeff Locke. I mean, he was trying to spin the laces, whatever, and maybe it just came a little bit early. Dang. On the topic of kickers, what do you think about like those or people like Donald Delahaye on YouTube, MMG had a couple.
Just like random dudes just kicking like on
Yeah, no.
YouTube.
Do you think that they actually have a chance? Like, because some people, I was like going across and like I was seeing people like, I saw him kicking. I was like, dang, this guy can actually drill like from 60 yards. Do you think like those people like who have had experience as a kicker can just like make the NFL?
No,
Do you
not a
think that?
chance.
Nah. Yeah,
No,
because I've seen a lot of people.
because again, you get into a situation where it's like
Yeah.
game winner, 40
Well, I mean,
yards.
Donald Delahaye actually, I think he had his situation was not that he voluntarily left. I think he had some problems with the equipment and stuff, I think.
Okay.
So he actually had experience as a kicker at
Okay.
UCF.
Okay. I mean, yeah, if you have like the experience. Oh, yeah, the use yeah, no, yeah. I was about to say
Oh,
the UCF kickers.
destroying. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
destroying.
no. Oh, yeah, yeah, the UCF kicker was he actually had to make a choice between being a
Yeah,
kicker
YouTube
or a
and
YouTuber
yeah.
because they the NCAA and their stupid rules. It's
Yeah.
you're not allowed
I
to make
don't
any money off your likeness.
yeah, I
So,
they also stopped like NCAA football games as well for that.
yeah.
That's crazy because
It's
that
ridiculous.
was better than Madden at one
It
point.
was
Like
better than
it
that.
was.
It
Like I just
was.
go back on like my Xbox 360, just play
Yeah.
that, and I was like, why do I have the newer Madden? Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
like for
No,
real.
it's just better.
I think they are bringing some type of game back. I think
I mean,
NCAA
Madden's been
21.
like slowly implementing, like
They've been
some
trying
sort
to
of
do
college ball.
they try to do the career franchise, right? Or something
Yeah,
like that.
face of the
And I think
franchise.
yeah, face franchise. And then there was
It's not very good. It's
yeah,
not.
it's not. And then there's some and it's weird be like I think there was some rosters that like you could create and it came with like the jerseys and stuff like that, the logos, all that from face of the
Yeah,
franchise.
maximum. Oh, yeah. But there's also a maximum football, like the Doug Flutie game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I can't remember his name, but his Twitter handle is shutdown safety. It's Ryan Moody 22. He does a
Oh,
ton of videos about just basically just hating on Madden constantly, but it's well deserved, you know.
yeah. You know what? Like it gets like I just watched like it's funny because like even the people who it's just funny to me because like there's people like one guy I watch is RBT a lot. He like a
Yeah.
Madden gamer, right? And their whole thing is just based off Madden, but like they hate it so much, but they still come
Oh
back
yeah.
to it.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's the
We all
funniest
hate
thing.
it.
Like yeah, yeah,
Everyone who
and
plays I don't know anyone that plays Madden that actually enjoys Madden or that thinks it's a
oh
good
yeah,
game.
Yeah,
Right.
like, I used to, like, because, that was the only game I used to play,
Yeah.
and then, like and I didn't really know much about, like, what a video game's actually supposed to be, like, a Madden, right?
Yeah.
And then it was funny because, like, back whenever I got the PS4 late, I got it, like, 2 years ago, right? So I was playing on
Yeah.
Xbox 360, and for some reason, Madden, like, if you think, like, the Madden, like, on PS4 is copy and paste, it's literally that on Xbox 360, literally that, like, they don't make one change. They just change the rosters, add in whatever they just
Yeah.
added, and it's the same setup, everything. I'm like,
Yeah. It's the same
this
game every year.
yeah, I know, like,
It's
and
ridiculous.
but then it's like you just always want to come back to it just because, like, there's just it's just I don't know. The community is just like that. Like you can't like the
Yeah,
game,
you
but like
you can't well, you can't just, not get the new game
for
because
real,
everyone else is going to get it.
I
So
know.
if
Yeah.
if you stay on the old one, then you can't play with anyone anymore because
Hmm.
everyone else has the new one.
Yeah. Did you get the okay? Did you get the PS5 or you play on
I'm going to get the PS5. I'm
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
going to
I was
try and get
watching.
it tonight at 9,
Oh,
when the Black
yeah,
Friday sale goes on, but
for real.
probably
Yeah.
not going to get it.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. That's
Well,
gonna be
because they're
crazy.
saying that they're not going to have any more in stock for like months
Oh,
after
for real?
this. Yeah, they ran
They,
out.
mm.
Um, they've known about this for 2 years.
How
How
did
did
they
they run
run
out?
out? How? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Wow,
it's ridiculous. It was on their website that
mm,
they're gonna be out for a while. I'm like, okay,
man. Would they not get it by Christmas?
I don't think so. I seriously doubt it.
Oh, man, that's how do they run out? Like,
Well, I don't know. It's
how do
just
they? Oh
ridiculous.
my
Every time I go to like Walmart
man.
or Amazon, right when it goes on sale, I go to add it to my cart. Website crashes. I
Oh,
refresh, and then
yeah.
they're like, "We're sold out," and I'm
Yeah, I
like,
saw that.
"Nice,
It's like,
man."
yeah, it's like, have you seen like the memes about like people like, those people at Sony's just like playing with employee like or with the customers be like, hey, come here, watch me. Okay,
Oh my
watch. Just
god.
add it to his cart. Okay, okay, he got it. Go back.
Yeah,
It's
facts.
like
Oh
the
my.
funniest thing ever. And I'm like, you know what?
They're
It's
probably doing
actually
that,
very true. They might actually be doing that. Like, you might
taking all the
actually be
PS5s for themselves, man.
I know, like, I was like,
Gotta
what
go
are they
work for
doing with the
Sony.
PS5? Where did it go? Like, what is like holding them back? I don't know.
It's probably, I mean, there's probably a combination of, everyone's on the website. People probably do have bots, some people.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
bots. Those are annoying. Those are annoying.
yeah.
Oh, like, just I mean, you're a bot. I mean, oh, that's just annoying.
I just want to
Like,
get it like a regular person, man.
no, like, no one's gonna buy $1,000 console. Like,
Exactly.
if you buy it, like, there's actually
Like
no
people,
point in
yeah,
that.
there's people that are just buying it just to resell it, and I'm like,
I know. I was like,
I'll just wait. I'm not gonna drop
yeah,
$1,000 to
no,
get it
yeah.
early.
I saw it on what was it? What's that called? What's that app called? Like the shoe app. Is that you go to?
Oh,
StockX. That's what
StockX,
it's called.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on StockX. I was like, okay, maybe someone has is just a like something that they like about people, and they try to sell it for maybe $300.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe. And no, it's like the complete opposite. Like the lowest offer was
800.
$800.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm like,
ridiculous.
okay, yeah. I was like, damn, people really be like that. They
They just
do
don't
be like
care,
that.
man. Just don't
Yeah.
care.
I think PS5 I mean, I don't even know. Like that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Luckily, I mean, might be lucky that we have to buy online because imagine how crazy that would be in stores.
Well, I some people still have it in stores. Like the Walmart where
Yeah,
I live, they have it on Black Friday. Like my friend, he's thinking about waiting outside, like
for
in
real.
line to try and get one. I'm like, that's all
Yeah.
you, man. I'm not getting paid
Yeah.
much for that.
Yeah, that's that, and then you might just get trampled over
That's what
literally
I'm saying.
everybody else.
I'm not trying to die for a
You
PS5, man.
might
I'll
not get,
wait. I'll
yeah,
wait.
you might not get coke, but you will get a couple shoes to the head if you
That's
get trampled.
crazy. It's crazy.
No one cares. No one cares. No one cares about that, especially the PS5. I don't know why, but like, and it's you know what? It's the PS5, and like I don't see it in Xbox that much because I think everybody just gave up on Xbox after last time, and
Well, I'm yeah.
especially now. Like, have you seen like the Xbox smoking? Oh,
Yeah,
they're heating up.
some
Yeah.
of those weren't real, but there's a couple there's like a couple isolated cases of it.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
Xbox has usually taken care of it by now.
Yeah. And it's just funny because I think people were blind to like what PS5 changed because um they just hated Xbox so much and they were like they didn't even look at what PS5 changed. They were like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
just don't want Xbox, you know."
Well, yeah, PS4 was just, significantly better than
Oh
the
yeah, PS
Xbox.
yeah. It was like just like from the jump from Xbox 360 and PS3 was not good at all.
Yeah,
Like
that's the
that's just
thing. Is that Xbox 360 was way better than
that's
PS3, and
yeah.
then PS4 was way better than Xbox One. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I'm making a
And
mistake on
I
PS5.
know. Yeah, I'm actually just like waiting. I'm just waiting. Just
Yeah.
because like there could be like some bug fixes. So, but you know what? The Xbox wasn't as big as I thought it was gonna be. It really wasn't.
Yeah, everyone thought it was gonna be like a fridge. It's
Yeah, I
just
thought it was a
like
PS. I thought it
it's
was gonna
just a
be like
little
a PC
tower.
or something. I know that's like the PS5 is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're both pretty big for consoles, to be fair, but like the Xbox, I mean, people are saying that the Xbox is kind of leaning towards becoming a PC. Like they wouldn't be surprised if,
Hmm.
the next generation of Xboxes
Yeah.
after the Series X was just basically PCs.
I won't be surprised either because
Yeah.
right now PC gaming is becoming way bigger because
But yeah,
it's not even just the fact that it's a PC. It's more like right now the fact that you're using your computer way more than you like
exactly.
use. Like, there's no point in getting a console and a very
Exactly.
expensive PC.
And PC parts are becoming, far
Oh
cheaper.
yeah, yeah,
Like there's
yeah. It's like $1,000 for like a good PC, but it's all worth it. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, you
you
don't even
be,
have to spend $1,000 anymore.
yeah,
Cause like one of the best budget processors is like the i9 or no, it's an i3 9100F. It's like $70, and
yeah,
it's still a relatively nice processor.
yeah. I have you ever built a PC?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
built my current PC, but it's been rebuilt like 4 times. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I just never tried. Like, it just looked at me. I was like scared. Like, I was like, I don't want this to blow up. Like, I might just do something, and I might not have like.
it's just there's so many tutorials. It's so hard to mess up.
Yeah,
Now I got a little
yeah.
bit experimental. I have like
Uh-huh.
this all-in-one that my parents bought me when I graduated high school,
Hmm.
and I basically took the processor out of it, put it in my current PC,
Oh,
and then I bought a new processor to put in that, and then I like took all the like hard drives and stuff out, and I put new hard drives in, and I now have to figure out how to install a new operating system on it that is adaptive to the motherboard, which is an HP based
oh.
motherboard. So it's been a trip, but
Dang, so that's like a lot of.
disgusting.
Dang.
Yeah, and there's no tutorials for that.
Oh,
So
man, you got yourself in quite a
yeah,
situation there. Yeah.
bit of a
So
predicament, but we're
let's
good.
try and let's try and get back to NFL.
Yeah, we got a
Um,
little off topic, but
yeah,
it's cool.
hey, that was an interesting topic though. I was trying to find a way to segue that in. I was like, there's just I can't. Like,
Yeah, I was like, we're
we already passed Madden. Like, I can't use that to segue in.
yeah.
So we're just gonna switch over right now. So let's talk. So there was some okay. So you released a thing about DK Metcalf being overrated. Or oh wait, no. That wasn't DK. That was Hollywood Brown. My bad. My bad. That was Hollywood Brown. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you did.
Well,
Wait, you
yeah.
released one about DK, right? The
Yeah,
top five.
I have a
Top five.
video about DK Metcalf because I had a lot of people saying that he was top 5, and that's not even remotely true.
Yeah, no.
If you want
People,
to
I
say
think
that,
that's just recency bias to a whole
yeah,
nother level.
that's it's literally all it is. But
Yeah.
I've said that the highest he could possibly be is 10, but
Mhm.
I've said that him,
I think
Terry
he has
McLaurin, and
potential.
AJ Brown are all in any particular order 11, 12, 13
Mhm.
in my receiver rankings. I don't really
Yeah.
care what order you put them in. They're all good at different things. So
Yeah.
that I would
I
have them
actually
in that
had DK
range.
as. I remember in the draft. I don't know why he even fell that far. I had him in my
Yeah.
top 10 whenever he got drafted. I had
Yeah.
him and Greedy Williams in my top 10, and I saw them fall. I was
Wow.
like, yeah. I was
Well,
like,
the
what
reason
are they gonna do?
greedy, I understood why he fell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't think Greedy was that great of a pick for the Browns, but he's really
Yeah.
fast and athletic, so I get it. But
Mhm. I haven't even heard his name. Is he doing anything over there in Cleveland?
he has not been playing,
Oh,
so
so that's a great pick for y'all. It's been a great pick,
no,
hasn't it?
he's been injured. He's been injured.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah. But now
Yeah,
we
we'll
don't
get
have
into.
Denzel this week, so
Oh yeah, who's our starting quarterback then?
uh Terrence Mitchell
Oh, he's still
and
there. Dang.
yeah, he's not very good
Okay.
anymore though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
If it was back like the Ravens, Terrence Mitchell, then you may have a chance. But
Yeah.
and who y'all playing this week?
We have Jacksonville, so I'm not worried.
Oh,
It's
yeah. Okay, never
Jacksonville.
mind. Yeah, never mind. Don't worry
Yeah,
about that.
but
Y'all
we're
have like.
also not gonna have him for Tennessee though, and
Oh,
against AJ Brown, that's gonna
mhm,
be tough.
yeah. Just put Anderson Dayo on him.
God damn.
I had to do it. I had to. I
Andrew
had.
Sendejo is literally the worst football player in the NFL.
I've been okay. Like I've actually watched, and I don't watch ground games like that because I mean,
Yeah.
but like I haven't got the chance to actually watch Anderson Dayo, but I already know how bad he is. And it's surprising me because back in Minnesota, he was actually a very good safety. Like
I
him and
mean,
Harrison Smith were actually
yeah,
pretty good
that's the
safety.
thing. It's like some people were saying that, oh, maybe he just doesn't fit the system. Safety, should be a position that is non-reliant
Hmm.
on system,
Yeah.
right? You need to just not be awful. You need to not
Hmm.
allow the highest passer rating in the NFL. You need to
Yeah.
make tackles. Like,
Hmm.
oh my
And I
gosh.
mean, I think even in Philadelphia, he wasn't all that. He wasn't all that in Philadelphia
Yeah,
either.
but yeah, there's a difference between not being all that and being literally the worst defender in
Yeah,
football. Like
yeah. That is a pretty big
that's
change.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. It's
Because like
but
I was just surprised about that because like I think it was either yours or I don't remember if I think it was your video, so that's how I came across it.
yeah,
Either yours or Fanalize is also a big Browns fan.
yeah.
And I think it was yours where you said like the worst player on the team and it was like Anderson Day. I was like, there's no way he's that bad. Because like
Oh no,
the first
he's
thing that
that
came
bad.
yeah, the first thing that came to mind, I was like, I remember this guy playing like Minnesota and he was like one of my favorite like safeties at the time. Just because like he actually did something.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
but
he did something.
no,
And you know
not
what? In
anymore.
Minnesota, he did have some of the pressure taken off him because he's playing with one of the most underrated safeties and one of the best safeties in the league,
Yeah,
Harrison
Harrison
Smith.
Smith, but also Anthony Harris is there too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think that was
they
before Anthony Harris, right?
no, I think they were there at the same time
Yeah.
for at
Oh,
least a year. I think
yeah,
just
yeah.
last year,
For a short time.
but yeah, they were very deep at safety. They
Yeah,
were actually very deep at defensive back
yeah.
as a
I'm
whole.
pretty
But
sure they had oh, they also had Xavier Rhodes. And
yeah,
that's whenever he was
well,
actually well,
Xavier Rhodes last year wasn't very good. So
yeah,
this year
this
he's
year,
balling out again on the
this
Colts.
year. He's like very inconsistent. He has a year that he's like one of the better players in the league, and then
Yeah.
he's like just not good, and then he goes
Well,
back to being good.
yeah, corner is a very difficult corner. I've argued
Oh
is
yeah,
probably one of the most difficult positions in the NFL
yeah,
to play,
corner and probably
especially
quarterback.
yeah.
Corner and quarterback.
Quarterback is the hardest position,
Yeah,
but physically speaking, because quarterback there's a lot of mental aspect of it as well. It's corner. You just
yeah.
playing
Quarterback.
playing corner in the
I think
NFL is
quarterback.
there's a lot of
There's
pressure.
quarterback. I think is more. It's one of the easiest position to pick up. It's one of the harder position to learn. Like you can like because quarterback, if you have a good arm, like actually
Yeah,
playing it
I
would
guess
be
in
easy.
your yeah, like physically speaking, if you have the gifts to do it, then
Hmm.
yeah, if you had to step in and throw, you could.
Yeah,
But in terms of making reads, reading a defense, if you go
yeah,
against a good
yeah, like
defensive coach,
all the
you're
cerebral
gonna
stuff. That's
struggle.
where it gets tough. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where it gets tough. Like if you never picked up a football, but you know how to throw, or if you never played quarterback before, you can probably we've seen the punter like way back when in
yeah,
the Jets game when they had like no quarterbacks. He had to play punter. He didn't, or he had to play quarterback. He did an okay job, but like he's not able to like get the
yeah,
reads, all
yeah.
that. You know,
He couldn't actually sit down and play
yeah,
quarterback,
you can't
but
start him as a quarterback,
yeah,
But
exactly. You never
corner,
can.
it's just so tough because like the receivers now, the route running is just being just so amazing. Like Devontae
Yeah,
Adams, Stephon Diggs, Odell Beckham. Well,
yeah.
not this year, but what like oh, what y'all do to him? We literally give y'all a gift. Give
it
y'all a gift. Y'all a gift,
Odell
and then
Odell's
uh, we gave y'all a gift, and really for nothing. I mean, we got Kevin Zeitler out of it, which I
yeah.
mean he's good, but like I wouldn't trade Odell for Kevin Zeitler.
I
And
mean I think there's a little bit of like, Baker's
I mean, we
not
gotta give up
exactly a
that, bro.
great quarterback.
Yeah,
Maybe the system isn't exactly helping Odell either. But I feel like a lot of times when we're throwing to Odell, we're forcing it to him
yeah.
just out of like, oh,
That
we
injury
have
was,
Odell,
yeah,
we kind of got to get it to him. And I'm just like, whereas when we're throwing to, Higgins or Jarvis, it just feels like we're actually making reads and
yeah,
picking out the open guy. But with
hmm
with Odell, it's just like, oh, Odell time.
yeah. I saw like the injury was actually that throw should just never been made.
Yeah,
Should
it
just
just
never
didn't make
been
any
made.
sense. Yeah,
And even if it was just behind him, and
yeah, it was bad throw,
it was
bad
bad
time to
throw,
throw.
bad read.
Well, I was actually at that game, and the
Oh,
one thing that I noticed, I don't understand why when the weather is awful, we just want to
oh,
throw. Like it was
yeah,
so windy,
yeah.
right? And it's just like, why are we throwing? Just run the ball.
Y'all have one of I don't think Nick Chubb was there, but
Nick
even
Chubb
then, y'all
wasn't
have
there. Yeah, it's like you
Dearness
still have Kareem
Johnson.
Hunt. It
Dearness
was
Johnson
it's
was doing
against the
his thing.
Bengals.
Yeah,
Like you can run the
yeah.
ball.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just
Y'all
run the
didn't even have to
ball.
play. Yeah,
Come
I don't
on.
even know who's on that Bengals defense. The only person who really comes to mind is like Jesse Bates and then Jordan
Yeah,
Evans because of that missed
Jesse Bates is
tackle.
good. Jesse Bates is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But
Only other
everyone
oh
else is
William Jackson.
just
Yeah, it's
William
tough, but
Jackson.
like there's no one. Is Gino? Yeah, Gino. Wait, Gino.
Gino's still there. Carlos Dunlap's gone.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he got
Yeah. No,
traded
I was
to
thinking about
Seattle
Gerald
for
McCoy actually, who moved around. He was.
yeah.
That's what I thought about. That I don't know what he's doing over there because I don't know why they haven't traded him because he's not doing much for him. They got I don't know. They got to rebuild. Like they're keeping their older players way too long. They
That's
got
facts.
AJ Green still there.
AJ Green, he started out like really slow, but he's starting to come into his own a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
just
Tyler Boyd
all
has
his injuries.
really
Yeah.
stepped up. Tyler
Yeah,
Boyd stepped up.
Tyler Boyd's, officially I'd say the number one there. T Higgins
Yeah.
is a lot
Oh yeah,
better than
T
I thought
Higgins. Yeah.
he'd be. I didn't like T
Yeah.
Higgins coming into the draft
hmm
at all, but
hmm
he's started to play a lot better. So
I like my draft was like my draft was completely off because I had them take a receiver at 1 because of the fact that I didn't think they were ready to take in a quarterback.
no,
Because if you look,
Joe Burrow was easily the best player available. And when you're that bad, you take the best player available.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That
it's
I look
like
back at it, I was like, the Bengals are
there was
this
not
bad.
a
Like,
receiver in the same conversation
yeah,
as Joe Burrow. Like,
yeah, nah, because no, but then they took T Higgins. I was like, you know what, this could actually work because I didn't think
yeah.
T Higgins was gonna fall. I thought he was gonna be top 20 pick,
Oh
maybe
God,
top.
no, no. Jerry
Yeah,
Judy, C.D. Lamb, Jefferson, they all needed to go
no, I thought Eagles were gonna
first
take him at
round.
that point. Whenever CD
Oh
went off the
yeah,
board, I thought
yeah. I
because
guess that's fair.
I had Jalen Rager like falling far in the draft because I
Yeah,
did not like him.
I didn't
And
have Rager top 5,
yeah,
so
no, because Rager, it was like tough to watch in his highlights. He dropped the ball. Every single highlight, he's dropping the ball. And I'm like, are you showing me the lights or what are we looking at here?
yeah,
Like because, and then he like pick up the ball and just run. And I'm like, he played at Washington, so he's not playing the best of the college teams.
yeah. I didn't like Rager. I didn't like Ruggs. I didn't
Yeah,
like Higgins, but Higgins has actually
yeah,
been the
I
best of
yeah.
those. So
Yeah, like Ruggs. What do you think about the new like the speed receivers like Marquise Brown, Henry Ruggs,
all right,
Tyreek
so
Hill?
yeah, I love Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill's
hmm
awesome because Tyreek Hill actually brings more to the table than just speed. He has great route running. He's shown the ability to go
Ooh,
up and make a big catch if he needs to.
okay.
Ability after the catch is really good. But Hollywood Brown sucks. He's terrible. He can't run
hmm
routes.
hmm
I mean, he has occasional times where he's open. Like every once in a while, someone will DM me. They'll be like, "See, Hollywood Brown's open on this play." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Cool, you found one play where Hollywood Brown got open, and
yeah,
Lamar wasn't already under pressure."
yeah.
It's just ridiculous. He's terrible. He is.
So wait, what was that response to what was your like? How did people? I know like we saw a whole bunch of people
Yeah.
duet it, and you missed like the
There
play.
was there was one play where it was
It was
basically a
like
cover
wide
two.
open.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not that he was wide open.
It
It's
was
just that
Lamar had his eyes completely
yeah,
somewhere else, and
yeah,
Lamar tends
Lamar.
to redline people a lot.
Well, yeah, Lamar would just first of all wasn't looking in that direction,
Yeah,
right? And even if he was, by the time Lamar could have gotten it there, he was under pressure.
yeah,
So it was a combination of I mean he got open, right?
yeah.
But it's just like the ball was never going to go there anyway,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think Marquise Brown they're starting to use him more of like a decoy, like just don't like give up the deep threat.
Yeah,
Basically that
keep
make him
keep your
play.
defense honest, but it's just
Yeah,
like
they're
it's
just
it's
running him deep
it's
there. So
like literally you can just man covered someone on Hollywood
mhm,
Brown.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I like you really don't have to worry about it at all
yeah,
because he's not doing anything that's like actually all that crazy to get open.
yeah. Like, see, Tyreek Hill, okay, so like I also had him in my overrated list because of the complete opposite. I don't think he has the. Well, I think he lucked out with the fact that he has Patty Mahomes. I don't think many of
He
these speed
he was
receivers.
good before he even had Mahomes. He was playing with Alex Smith and he was playing just as well.
Did he play with Alex Smith?
Yeah.
No, he came
The
into the league with. Oh no, did he come into the league that year that Patty sat out or like had to
yeah.
sit behind
It
Alex
was
Smith?
yeah.
But you know what? Back then he was playing as a return man, which he was more just showing up on the returns, on punt returns, kick returns.
So 20 what would that have been? 2017. So Tyreek Hill came
Yeah.
into the league in 2016. I have the stats pulled up. He, didn't have that many targets or receptions, but he had 6 touchdowns. This is just receiving stats, not return stats. He had 6 receiving touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, and then 2017 he came on and had 75 catches for over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns on a 71% catch percentage, along with where is it? Where is it? Advanced receiving, average depth of target of four. No, that's 2018. So they don't go average depth of target in 2017. But
Uh,
his
yeah.
average depth of target over the past 3 years has been over 12. So
Mhm.
and that's
Yeah.
just
I
his catch
mean,
percentage is really low.
yeah. I don't know. Like I personally don't. I mean, I still don't like the I still haven't got into the like the speed players, like the just the freaking natures like
Yeah,
that. Like I'm still like on that like more like Devontae Adams side, Julio
yeah.
Jones side. It's just like to me that's like a better receiver. To me like
I don't think there's really much of a difference in the type of receiver you are. If you can
mhm,
make plays, you can make plays,
yeah.
right? Because obvious, like so, DeAndre Hopkins, I would say, is the best receiver in the NFL,
Hmm.
right? But obviously, Julio is more athletic, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
But then I would say Tyreek's more athletic than Julio. But I would say that they're all top 5 receivers. And then I
I
would
actually don't have Tyreek in my top five.
I keep Tyreek in my top 5.
I wouldn't do it. I mean,
So here's my thing, right? Who else are you
this
gonna
year
put up
maybe.
there? Like
I
Keenan
have
Allen,
Stephon Diggs above him.
Stephon Diggs. Okay, I could yeah,
Yeah.
I can see Diggs.
Keenan Allen,
Right.
Stephon
Yeah.
Diggs.
Diggs
Yeah.
Diggs is arguable for that fifth spot.
Because
But
Diggs, he's doing way better
Diggs
without
is
Kirk
also
Cousins.
yeah. Well, yeah, when you go from having a bad quarterback to a good quarterback,
Yeah.
that changes things. Like I talk about, there's if a quarterback like Baker Mayfield or Jared Goff, gets an elite receiver, there's
Mhm.
not going to be much of a difference. But if you go from having Baker Mayfield to having Pat Mahomes, that's a huge
Mhm.
difference.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be able to get the ball in better situations, and you're going to be able to look a lot better. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's definitely arguable, but
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, with Tyreek Hill touchdowns though, a lot of that is in the red zone, but a lot of that's because the main threat is not even Tyreek Hill, it's Travis
Kelsey,
Kelsey. Yeah.
yeah,
So
Kelsey's, and
he's
that's
getting wide
yeah.
open.
Kelsey does a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But the way the Chiefs offense is designed, I mean, everyone's really a threat.
Yeah.
I mean, they utilize everyone to the best of their
Oh yeah.
ability on offense. So
Hmm. Demarcus Robinson is also very good. Who
yeah,
Doesn't get
Everyone on
talked
that
about a lot, but like
offense
yeah.
has a ton of ability, and they use them all very well. McCole Hardman's the same way.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, the way they've been utilizing Clyde and Le'Veon, like,
Hmm. Yeah. Le'Veon finally got some actual good PT
yeah,
this week. He actually got I think it was 75 yards and a touchdown.
yeah. I know. Yeah, I don't know his yards. I know he had a touchdown against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
looked
that
pretty good.
was yeah, yeah. Like I don't think he'll ever get back to that Pittsburgh form, but
Well,
he's
Pittsburgh's offense basically revolved around him, though.
oh yeah, yeah. I
And
mean, they had Antonio Brown back then as well
yeah,
to take off
but
some of those three players were very good at what they did. That was a very great trio of players.
yeah, it was a great
That
offense,
big
but it was toxic. So
oh yeah, yeah. The chemistry, like Big Ben, Antonio Brown, and Le'Veon Bell. Looking back at it, surprised that even ever worked out.
it didn't work out. that's why
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's why Ben's the only one that's there anymore. It didn't
Yeah.
work out at all.
Yeah. And then it's just funny to me like how they brought in. They had that going on, and then they brought in probably one of the best personalities in football, Juju Smith-Schuster, just to go in. And then Antonio Brown, for some reason, decided to like go after him after he got cut because he won.
Yeah, it made
Play.
no sense.
Yeah, I was like I just don't know how you get like Juju is such a good personality. Like, there's a reason that he's like the face of the NFL for like advertising and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's respectable because like that's what he does. Like,
Not a lot of people hate Juju, but
yeah, I don't like the Steelers that much, but
yeah,
I like Juju a lot for what he like, him.
yeah,
And now they also have Claypool, who's getting like he's starting to build his personality.
yeah.
So that
Claypool's. Yeah, he's also a very good receiver. So
mhm. Yeah.
if that
What do you
helps.
think about the stuff though that people were saying about like the Vontez Burfict hit is what made Antonio Brown like change like that just so drastically?
Like it messed with his brain or something.
Yeah, like the CTE and stuff like that. That's what they're saying.
Nah, Antonio
Because
Brown's just crazy. He's
yeah,
just crazy.
yeah, yeah. Because like some people were saying like it was that and then multiple other hits, but he's
No, he's just
I don't
crazy.
know why Bruce Arians because he's still not even cleared of his charges yet. I don't think he has to
I
go
he
he has to go to
played,
court.
so
Yeah, no, he has to go to court. I think and
I don't think the NFL would let him play though. If they
no like the I think there's something up with this. Like he has to go to court and if he does get found guilty, then they'll
oh
have they'll have to cut
oh
him and stuff like that. I
okay
think there was a Matt Jones or whatever his name was back in Jacksonville. Similar thing happened. Like that they used to call him like the white Megatron and stuff like that. Whatever. He
hmm.
had similar stuff going on. He had to like he had a court date that came up, but he had to. It was like midway through the season, so he had to play 8 weeks, and they just used him as much as they could. Like it was like that was his best season. Whenever he couldn't play half the season,
Yeah.
like that, and then he got found guilty, and he got cut.
they
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
he was
yeah. They knew
guilty.
he was. Yeah, yeah. They knew he was guilty. Like they literally had to use him so much. So whenever that court date came up, got found guilty, then he gets cut and stuff like that. So it's gonna be that receiving core for the Bucks is shaping up to be one of the scariest in the league.
And
Antonio
yet
Brown can
they
get
just
back.
lost.
That is
So
very true. That is very true.
to
That
the Rams.
that offense has so much potential. Has so much potential. They're just not able to put
Does
it
it
together.
though? It's like you're playing with 43-year-old Tom Brady. You're playing with Rob
Yeah.
Gronkowski that's been out of the league for a year. You're playing
Mhm.
with Antonio Brown that's been out of the league for a year. Like,
I mean, they have Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones is fine. Ronald Jones, again, I at the start of the season said he was going to be the number one. He was the best running back on the team, and he has shown it right now. That 98-yard run that he had
yeah, very
last
good.
week, he has so much potential. I think.
Yeah, Ronald Jones is really good.
Yeah,
I like Ronald
and
Jones a lot. Leonard
yeah,
Fournette's really good too. I mean, again, they have. I would say they have the talent,
yeah,
offensively, but
and
I,
it just reminds me of like the Browns from a year ago when they put all those pieces around um the, I have to
don't want
do
to
it.
talk
Like
about it, man. Don't want to talk about
I
it.
that's the first thing that came up though. Like that's the only team that like comes to mind. Like And
Yeah.
I think it's similar because I don't think the coaching is there, and that's back when they had Freddie Kitchens, who's now a
Yeah.
Giant. He's now a Giants as a tight end coach. He lost that spot, and he lost it bad. He didn't even go to assistant coach. He went to tight end coach.
Yeah. Freddie
That
Kitchens was
was
awful. He was an awful coach.
he went. How do you go from head coach to tight end coach?
Well,
Hmm.
turns out when you're a bad head coach,
Yeah,
it shows.
you don't get an
So
assistant coach job either.
yeah, you don't get no second
That that
chances.
that oh, give it to the Giants. That coaching crew is something else. They got rid of Mark Colombo, which they're saying like will jeopardize Jason Garrett's um time at New York, but I highly doubt that. But yeah, that they have like Freddie Kitchens, um they have what's his name, the coach that, and Joe Judge, they don't a lot of people don't trust these special teams coordinators, and he came out of nowhere and got signed. He's actually
Yeah.
not that bad. I think John Harbaugh was the only other special teams coach that actually found success like that. A special
Well, yeah,
teams coach.
because usually, there isn't a big difference between, special teams coaches.
Yeah,
Usually your special teams has a lot to do with just the effort of the
yeah.
players on special teams versus
Mhm.
the
And you
actual
know what? I think
coaching.
special teams is probably one of those positions where you literally can use anybody on the team.
Yeah,
Like
that's kind of the point.
you get to see, yeah, like you can get defensive players, you can get
Yeah.
offensive players, and so yeah. So I think the special teams coaches are kind of slept on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You get a really good
yeah,
special teams coach that can kind of
yeah.
change the game because the Browns had one of the worst special teams back in 2017, 2016.
Hmm.
Then 2018 came around and we ended up having, I think, the top 15 special teams in the league.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
that
and that can make
thing.
a big difference sometimes.
I don't actually think there's many. This year's been kind of quiet on special teams. I think Keenan Cole had a punt return
Yeah.
touchdown, but Cordell Patterson had a touchdown. He's probably one of the best returners right now, and maybe even of all time. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
I
don't, I
mean,
don't see it.
they should. I don't want to say they should, but there's a good chance that kickoffs will not be in the future of the NFL
Oh yeah,
just
yeah.
because it's first of all,
People are
like
starting to.
when watching a punt return versus watching a kick return, a punt return is far more interesting,
Oh yeah.
right? If you like, I'm trying to think who it was. Someone compiled basically every punt return and every kick return ever
Oh,
and mapped them
what?
and like
Oh.
map like so. And you look at every kick return touchdown, it is either just straight up the
Oh
sideline
yeah, yeah.
or right down the middle, and that's it. There is no,
Hmm.
there is I think
Yeah.
one ever that's like a little bit crazy.
Hmm.
And you look at punt return touchdowns, almost every single one, it's like
Yeah, it's
someone's
like there's some
throwing it across the
juking. Yeah, I
field.
know.
You got to go back around.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
it's
Like there
just
was
a
a.
far more interesting play.
I think the Cowboys may have done it this year, but I remember where it came from was like Seattle and Chicago, where they had one guy faking. Just I don't even like it. I don't know how it works, but it like they go to one side, they make it look like the ball's coming to one side, and then some random player
Yeah,
goes and catches the ball. I think the Cowboys did smart. It was like the guy faked an injury, went over
yeah,
there and caught the
hmm,
catch, and then ran it back. Yeah. So there's more strategy whenever it comes to punt return, and
yeah.
a
And
strategy,
then
and also like just can you juke them out, like also
yeah,
kind of like luck if you can, how
yeah,
close will the defenders get to you, like there's kick return,
yeah,
just catch it, hope that there's a hole, and just go and just
exactly.
use your speed.
Yeah, and kick returns are also the most injury-prone play in all of football.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it was the Pat McAfee show, and they were saying like how on kick returns, it was that was one of the funniest things they ever said. But it's like he basically was saying like how literally the people on the team just they don't have a job, just go and throw yourself at a player, and
yeah,
they love that. And
what?
I'm like, yeah.
Okay,
And they
like
they take pride in that. They just go like throw your body at someone, make them fall down. And they
oh
take
my
pride in that.
gosh, like I used to get mad because in high school we would do kickoff practice and
Hmm.
whatever, and it was either like me or some other guys. We would be like gunners on the actual kickoff, and they we would
Hmm.
call, we would have they would be like call people out to or we would like take people that would just be on the kick return team, right, just to simulate it,
Hmm.
and no one would ever go out, and we're like, bro, please, like, like I was always so confused, but I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to die. Like,
Yeah, kickoffs like it's basically like the like old back when they had like those Coliseum stuff like that, those sports that they had back then. Just go two armies, just go clash,
yeah,
hope that
exactly.
something happens. If not, someone gets like someone's
Exactly.
probably gonna get hurt. That's why there's a lot of blocking the back that don't
Yeah.
get called. Like I think
Yeah,
refs
there's a
just
ton
like
of penalties
yeah,
on kickoffs, and there's also a ton of injuries.
yeah.
I again, I think in that same video there was a proposition for how we could get rid of kickoffs.
Hmm.
So the team that gets the ball first, right? So like if you, let's say you defer your decision to the second half, the other team chooses to take the ball, right? You get the ball
Hmm.
on your own 25, but it is 4th and 25.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, it is
wait.
fourth and so when you get the ball, it is 4th and 25.
Oh, yeah. They
Or
did
no,
something.
yeah, or
No,
no.
that was for
So what
onside kick, right?
is that for
Instead
onside
of
kicks?
that,
Instead of
yeah, no, I know what you're talking
that
about.
was a repl-
It was
yeah, I might be messing that up, but like
no,
the idea
yeah,
it's like on kick,
it actually
yeah.
got cleared.
So
It got
yeah,
cleared.
okay, it did get okay. So
It
like
got cleared, but
okay,
like it's like you can only use it
yeah,
once, or I don't know if it's like once a season or
okay,
if it's like once a game.
okay.
It's more of
I
like a
have it
special
now.
card.
So yeah, if you are supposed to get the ball, you just get the ball at the 25. But if the
Hmm.
team that would kick off wanted to take a shot at getting the ball back, they would get the ball on 4th and 25 and have to try and
Hmm.
convert from that. And if they
Hmm.
didn't, then you would get the ball in like better field position. So
Yeah.
that, yeah, that's how that worked.
I
But
I don't know. I feel like that's just gonna get a little bit confusing though. Like at
it
some
might get a
point.
little bit confusing, but like would you rather watch a 4th and 20? First of all, that
That's
would
true.
be far,
Yeah.
far more entertaining. And it's also not impossible to pick up.
Hmm.
Like an onside kick is literally all luck.
Yeah, and I don't like
All
what they're
luck.
doing with the rules. Like it used to be kind of fun where like you can like kick it high, hope that someone goes up there, catch it.
Exactly.
But now it's like I think it's like you need a whole like a certain amount of people on one side, two people in the middle, something like that. It's like the dumbest
Oh,
rules ever. It's like
yeah.
three people on the kick team to one side. I'm like, they're literally making it where like onside kicks have gone extinct. Like
Yeah.
Young Way
I
2
mean,
is the
yeah, an onside
only
kick is
yeah.
so difficult to get. It is
Yeah, and
so
now it's like
difficult.
now you just have to like hope that like the ball rolls and bounces up and do. It's just weird. I think one of the only kickers that actually have a great onside kick is Young Wei Koo, and that's just all luck. Just
Yeah.
just all luck. I
Yeah.
mean, he kicked three in one game and
Yeah.
succeeded. That was the craziest thing ever.
It's really hard. Like if you get the luck to do it, like,
Yeah,
but it's you have to get the ball to bounce the right
yeah.
way, and you know you
I
can
don't remember what team that was, but like, was it? I forgot which team it was. It was against the Cowboys or someone. It was like they just completely let the ball. Oh, Falcons. Falcons. That's who it was.
yeah, it was Atlanta.
They they just backed away from the ball. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure people are also forgetting the rules because it's like they just backed away from the ball. Like there's some rules that I didn't even know
Yeah,
about until like
it was Falcons Saints.
yeah.
It was
Oh
that was last year.
no. It was the one I'm talking about is the one this year. Oh, you're talking about the Young Wei Koo game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The one I was talking about was the Falcons Cowboys game. Either they have a very great special teams game or they just have a terrible one, apparently. Um, so it was like the one where he backed away, and that was
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, so it took you 3 seconds to not realize that you can just go jump on the ball.
Exactly.
Like you just look at the ball and it just doesn't process in your mind that okay, it's not
Yeah.
crossed 10 yards. I don't have a risk in taking the ball. Okay, maybe I can just go pick up the ball and just go down.
Yeah, like I don't think you have to be a football genius to know see
Yeah.
ball, get ball.
Yeah.
Like
I'm like, you're getting like paid $1 million to just go
exactly.
pick up the ball. Just
Exactly.
pick
You're
up the
getting
ball.
paid
Go get your game.
millions.
Just go get your game check. Win the game. Just leave with the win. Just pick up the ball. Like just please pick it up. Just somewhere. Just 2 hands on the ball, pick it up, go down. That's it. And I'm like, and there's some other rules that like I just didn't know until like there as a Giants fan, I just watched all like Joe Judge's film reviews, and he would say like apparently I did not know this was a thing, but like you can't block until you pass the 10-yard line. Like the kicking team can't block you until you get past the
Yeah.
10-yard line. So I was like, dang, so people can just go run up there if the ball if it's a bad kick and just go, grab it. And it's just all about the kick now. Just all about the kick. If you get the right call. And I think now what we're gonna be seeing more is kicks up the middle, where there's a weak that's a weak link in the kick team. And that's where people are fearing more of the kicks to go. But only problem is you don't have any people to go recover that. You're trusting your kicker to go pick up the ball.
Basically, yeah, exactly.
It's basically what Pat McAfee did back against the Texans. And that was, yeah, I know he's against it because he used to do all those crazy stuff with the kicks and stuff like that.
McAfee's a legend. We love Pat McAfee.
McAfee's a legend. He was a legend. That guy, he's one of the funniest guys ever. He quit football to become a comedian. Like he didn't get
if he's got his money,
yeah,
why not? Do what you want.
yeah, no, like he could have just given us some more years as a punter. I was like, it was funny because I actually watched the Colts game whenever after he retired. I was like, and I saw them punt. I was like, who is this guy? Like, where did Pat McAfee go? Why'd y'all take him away from me? Like, I just wanted to see him punt. Yeah, I didn't even know that he retired. It was like, I never heard of this guy. What was his name? Like, Rigoberto Sanchez, I think. Was a punter. I was like, why? Like, and then I see Pat McAfee on Barstool Sports giving a comedy speech. I'm like, why couldn't you just punt the ball? Like, come on. Like, please come back. I just want to. Like, him and Marquette King were two of the best punters ever.
Marquette King was a demon.
That guy had a leg. He boomed him.
He was also an athlete. He could move.
Oh, yeah. I think he played receiver, didn't he? He played receiver.
In college?
College. He played somewhere. He played receiver. He was fast. That guy, I think it was against Jacksonville, and he didn't, like, it was not a good snap or something. And he was like, nah, bump this. I'm not punting. I'm just going to run. I'm just going to take off and run.
Yeah, he can go.
Yeah.
He's got it like that.
Yeah. And then his celebrations are the funny thing ever. The flag, picking up the flag. Then the horse.
Yeah,
the horse. Yeah. He tried. I think he tried doing something in Denver, and I guess it just didn't work out. But he just never got a spot there. I think that was after we traded for Riley Dixon. I think he tried to get a spot for Denver. Yeah. But now it's really just I don't know who the punters are anymore. Best punter is probably I don't know who punter. Johnny Hecker.
Yeah, it's definitely Johnny Hecker.
That guy, he can also do some very cool trick plays with like he's played quarterback as well, so
yeah,
do some things. What do you think about all these position changes actually? Because there's been a lot lately, like a lot of people switching positions. That's something that just came up. Logan Thomas.
Yeah. I was about to say it's mostly defensive position switches. Like, I think one of the easiest ones is going from corner to safety, right? I think that's a pretty seamless transition. But if you're trying to transition from safety to corner, that's probably one of the most difficult because I
think Byron Jones did that. Byron Jones did that, and he did it very good.
Yeah, like, Byron Jones did a really good job at it.
He was terrible at safety, but like for some reason he excelled as a quarterback.
Yeah, some people.
Part of that was that his athleticism as a corner, like he can actually go up there and jump for the ball and bat it down. Because you remember his combine, he like that freakish jump. Yeah, the broad jump.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he still has the record for that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna get close to it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, like. Yeah, he could jump for like a first down. Like if you need him to, just jump over the whole. Just jump for the first. Yeah, he can probably just do that. Like if it's just 2nd and 1, just put him in there and just jump.
Just jump.
Yeah, just jump.
Probably could dive over the top. Don't see why not.
That's huge. That guy. That combine, Montez Sweat had a very freakish combine. I don't know linebacker.
Yeah, I was hoping Montez Sweat would. Do a little bit better. I was seeing him on the Old Spice commercials.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
his last name
That
was
was.
Sweat, so they've
Oh
been like
yeah,
using him as that. That
yeah.
little
That's
pun.
yeah. Well, yeah, but that or some other players. I think Logan Thomas switched from quarterback to tight end. Terrell
Yeah.
Pryor was one of those guys. Terrell, I don't know what happened to Terrell. Like I remember him as a
T-
quarterback. He was amazing. He went to the Browns, had that 1,000-yard season,
yeah.
and then just that was like a 1-year wonder kind of thing.
Yeah. Terrell Pryor is too much of a gadget player. He's not particularly
Yeah.
great at any one thing. The
Hmm.
reason he had 1,000 yards was because he got like every single target that the Browns could
Yeah.
offer.
I don't think there was a
Um,
receiver on the team that was
yeah, no, it was
good.
like that was one
And
of
that's
the
when y'all got Corey Coleman, right?
I think
I
that
think
was
so.
the year before Corey Coleman, maybe.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
yeah, Corey Coleman was a
that
starter,
team
so that
that
would
that
be
was the year
worse.
that we went through like 7 quarterbacks
Yeah,
when we
like
had to.
Connor Shaw at one
Oh
point.
my
I remember
god,
him.
oh my
Connor
god.
Shaw.
And then Terrell
Who are
Pryor
the other
ended
guys?
up playing quarterback against the
Yeah.
Dolphins.
He played quarterback. Yeah, and then he
Um,
played safety at one point.
yeah, like he was all over the place, but
Yeah,
he was
he was
basically just a gadget player.
he was basically like what Taysom Hill's doing right now, except
Yeah.
a little bit more. He was more for receiver, I think, because Taysom Hill goes around a little bit more than Terrell did. I
Well,
think.
Taysom Hill also has a lot more help than Pryor did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
He
the
doesn't
entire
need to play.
Saints team. Yeah.
He doesn't need to play quarterback right now. He's playing. Actually, I don't even know why they started him. They have James Winston, but
Apparently, they don't believe in Jameis at all.
yeah, apparently. Like
Which,
imagine. Okay, just imagine that for a second. You're playing quarterback. Okay, you see Drew Brees go down. Okay, and you're like, okay, maybe I can actually show myself, like prove something. I actually have like one of the best receivers in the NFL. Not that I
mm-hmm.
didn't have that in Tampa. I actually had two of the best receivers in Tampa. Still couldn't do anything. But
Yep.
no, then they decide to play a guy who's literally playing more snaps as a running back and
Yeah.
quarterback. Just have James
But
Winston feels just.
Taysom didn't play bad. Taysom
Oh yeah,
actually
he
played pretty
didn't.
well.
He did. Yeah, I remember
So
seeing him in fantasy. I was like so scared. Luckily, I didn't have to. Actually, had to play him in one of my leagues. I was so scared because they had him as a tight end, and I was like,
yeah.
please don't. Please just Jameis Winston just go in halfway through. Just don't let him get points. Let's relax. But no, he went off. He went off.
Yeah. He had like 200
Luckily,
yards, two
yeah.
touchdowns.
Luckily, he didn't do anything as a tight end, or else that would have got scary.
Yeah.
If
It would have been
he got
crazy.
a touchdown, he actually probably could have been one of the first players to get a rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. I think because with him moving around so much, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a
Yeah.
passing touchdown
In the
that game.
same game.
I remember touchdown or receiving touchdown that game.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, I pretty someone had to do it maybe because maybe as a receiver. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like that would have been cool for that. But the others that come to mind are now I think a lot on defense is coming down to free safety to linebacker. That's what we're seeing. Isaiah Simmons is
Yeah,
one of those
so
guys.
that position change is a little bit interesting because a lot of
Yeah.
times it's more of in college they're not really coming down as a linebacker, it's more of like this underneath down safety, this kind of
Hmm.
hybrid position. It's
Yeah.
almost become its own position, right? Buda Baker
Yeah.
kind of plays that. Um you mentioned Isaiah Simmons, he plays that. Jabril Peppers kind of plays that,
Hmm.
right? Where you're not really it's not that you're not good enough to play free safety, it's that your skill set is more so in between, so we would
Yeah.
rather you literally play in between,
Yeah.
right?
Isaiah
So
Simmons like one of
yeah,
those guys that his height, he's 6'4"
yeah,
and plays
Isaiah
like a
Simmons is
safety.
awesome.
He's just
He's
like I
so
was
good.
why did we pass up on him? Like
i
we
i
could
thought
have
the Panthers were going to get him. I thought the Panthers were going to get him.
Panthers, yeah.
I thought that would have been a really
I'm
nice fit.
surprised he fell. I'm really surprised he fell that far.
I thought he was going to go top 5, but
Yeah, I thought he was going to go to the Giants because at the time we needed a linebacker, and he's a linebacker and a safety, which we do need. But you know what? We made up for it. I think we're getting X-Man back, so that's big.
yeah. But yeah,
David
no, that
McKinney,
that
big.
position of the hybrid safety, because that's kind of what people thought Minka was going to play. People thought
Yeah,
Minka was going to kind of play that hybrid safety,
he's
down
doing the
safety type
complete
role.
opposite.
Yeah,
He's doing the
he's
complete opposite. He's
yeah.
just off the field. Like he's basically like just watching
Well,
play.
it's kind of weird. Last year, he actually did play a lot of that
Yeah.
down safety. That's why he had so many interceptions, because he was playing kind of in the
Hmm.
box and was able to jump stuff very easily. But a lot of times this year he's been playing over the top, and
Yeah,
then
he's playing like
twice this
deep.
year he's actually been able to bait people into interceptions because he
Oh,
always sits up top. And then
oh,
and then right before the snap, they rotate safeties. He comes down and
oh
gets an
yeah, yeah,
interception. He did it
yeah,
against the Browns and got a pick six.
yeah. A lot of teams have started to implement that. I think
Yeah,
after Minka started doing that.
yeah,
I've seen a couple teams do that actually. That's like starting to become more common, and that's where going back to what we said earlier, that's where becoming a quarterback gets very hard.
yeah.
Just
There's
watching
there's
that,
a
like,
lot there's a lot you have to pay attention to.
yeah, and like you just don't think that's gonna happen. Just like a player's playing like 50 or like 50 yards from the play, comes down and now it's like in the box basically.
Right.
Like it's crazy how Minka like he's probably the best free safety I think right now. I would consider him a free
I would
safety at least.
say, yeah, probably either Minka or
I
I
think
guess
Harris.
you
I
could
guess
maybe
Harrison
throw
Smith.
Harrison Smith in there,
Yeah, he's
but
Harrison Smith. I think is on. He actually not. He's not regressing. Actually, he's actually 30. I think still doing what he was doing.
yeah, Harrison Smith is a demon, no
Yeah,
question.
he was crazy. That guy was weak. I'm trying to think of any other players I'm leaving out. Ruda is actually the highest paid, which is interesting because I don't know. He's like one of those players that like you don't think that he's the highest paid safety, but
Who
like
is?
Buda,
Buda Baker is?
yeah, Buda Baker,
He's the highest paid safety in the NFL.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he is at least.
I mean, I know it was Earl Thomas before he got cut.
I'm pretty sure it should be.
That is Buda Baker. Wow,
Yeah.
14.75 mil. Huh.
Yep. Yeah. Wait, how much was
And
it?
Eddie 14.75.
Oh wow.
And Eddie Jackson makes 14.6. He's second.
2.6. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but Buda Baker is like he plays almost like an outside linebacker. He's more of
Yeah.
a runs like he gets a lot of sacks.
Again, Baker is literally that hybrid safety where he can
Mhm.
play down in the box, he can come up and make tackles, but he
Yeah,
can also drop back into coverage
yeah.
and do
And
that
it's crazy
really
because
well.
then they have Hassan Reddick who can do something similar to that, maybe not as high, but like he can
Right.
like he's a good pass coverage player as well.
Right.
And I think they also have DeAndre Campbell,
Right.
and Jordan Hicks, I think, is still over there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a lot of, that's kind of the whole thing what you want to be doing with your
Yeah.
linebacker safety group is you just want to kind of gear towards being as athletic as possible
Mhm.
because that way you have a lot of freedom with what you can do. The problem with like teams like the Browns linebackers, especially last year when we had, Joe Schobert, is we weren't able to do a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
We had to be kind of pretty restrained in what we could do defensively. And that's still kind of where we are
Mhm.
this year because even though, Mac Wilson's pretty athletic, Sione Takitaki's pretty athletic, they're
Mhm.
not, Buda Baker, they're not,
Yeah.
Jordan Hicks, they're not Bobby Wagner.
Mhm. Yeah. Joe Schobert was pretty good. I think he's more of a run like he's kind of one of those like
Joe Schobert gets a lot of tackles. Well, he got a lot of tackles
mhm.
in Cleveland because the run stopping of the defensive line was so bad that
Yeah.
he would just he was the only like that he was the
Mhm.
next guy there. So
Yeah.
he just happened to get a lot of tackles, but
Yeah.
those tackles are kind of empty stats because he didn't actually
Mhm.
they didn't amount to anything.
Yeah, I don't think as a linebacker, I don't think he was ever like the best at one thing. Like there's linebackers right now, like Blake Martinez, can't think of many others who are very good run stoppers,
Yeah.
but that that aren't really great at pass coverage. They can, but
No, Joe
they're
Schobert's terrible at pass coverage.
oh
He's
yeah,
terrible at
yeah.
it.
He was never good at one thing. Like I mean, like the best at one thing.
Yeah.
He was always like he was an okay run stopper. He was not good at pass coverage,
Yeah.
but
He was just
yeah,
that's the thing. A lot of people were saying that they were surprised that the Browns didn't pay him. I'm not surprised. He's not good
yeah,
enough to justify paying as much as he
yeah.
wanted. And that's the same
How
thing
much
with
did
a
he
lot
want
of
again?
I don't remember. It would have made him one of the highest paid linebackers in
For
football
real?
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the same thing with Demarius Randall.
Oh
He
yeah.
want he was
Oh
gonna want
yeah, let him go.
he wanted like 15 million, I think.
Yeah.
And
I
we were
mean,
like, yeah, no, no way.
looking back at that, y'all may have wanted to keep him for
Oh God,
instead
Anderson
of
Deo, Anderson Deo.
Dale. Yeah.
It's no okay, no, because we drafted Grant Delpit, but now he's
Oh
hurt.
yeah, yeah. He's hurt.
So
Brandon Delp. Yeah.
that's the
He.
reason we haven't gotten out and gotten the safeties
Yeah.
because we're getting Delpit back next year. There's no
Hmm.
reason to pay all
Yeah.
this money to get a safety
Yeah.
if we don't need to.
If he comes back, and then that's a very good young
Yeah.
secondary that the Browns have going on there. Like
Yeah, I mean, if we
because
can,
then.
hopefully Greedy Williams can come into his own. We got Denzel Greedy,
Yeah.
Ronnie Harrison's been really good,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
then
Yeah. About him.
Grant Delpit hopefully is pretty solid. And then our
Yeah.
secondary would be, pretty all right. Except our linebackers are still trash. So nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very great solution. It's a very great combination. Great
Yeah,
secondary, terrible linebackers, and then a great D line actually. With
I wouldn't say great D line. I'd say we have Miles Garrett.
yeah, I mean they also have
Olivier,
Olivier Vernon.
Olivier Vernon has like one good game every
Yeah,
like year.
yeah,
It's like people see like, maybe Olivier Vernon was a good pickup after he has, his first 3 sack game in I think 2 years, 3 years.
that's
Like
yeah
he's
that.
fine, but he's not worth 12-14 million
Oh
dollars a
yeah, they paid
year.
him. They're paying him a lot of money.
It's like all that for what?
Olivier Vernon. They also have Sheldon Richardson.
Yeah, Sheldon Richardson. We're not
Um,
paying him a ridiculous amount though. He's pretty
yeah,
solid. Larry
yeah,
Ogunjobi's been really nice this
yeah.
year.
Larry Ogunjobi. Yeah, he's a very good run stopper. And I think,
Yeah.
but right now Miles Garrett is probably the best player. I think he's, in my opinion, he's the best player, defensive player to build around right now because he's still
Yeah.
pretty young, and he's playing like the best defender in
Right.
NFL right now.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
he
personally,
comes back and can still lead the league in sacks, he can win Defensive Player of the Year. But
yeah,
him
I'm,
missing games is gonna hurt in
yeah,
this
I
case.
think, I think he's your. I mean, I don't know. Aaron Donald's also doing pretty good, but like
Yeah,
his forced fumble were actually a lot. I think that high. It was pretty high. I think
yeah. No,
at the
he
start of
led
the
the league.
season.
He I don't know if he still does, but I know before he left for the COVID reserve or whatever, he led the league in
Yeah,
sacks, led the league in forced fumbles, and
yeah.
was tied for second in pressures. So
Yeah, so he's one of those scary guys that like, and I think he lines up on the right side a lot, where the right tackle is not really like people don't look for a right tackle that much, and that's what I like
yeah,
about Miles Garrett. They'll move him around a
yeah, Miles Garrett
lot.
moves around. Miles Garrett moves around a lot. So a lot of
Yeah,
times he'll, usually start games lined up outside.
yeah,
Um, but a lot of times what they'll do is they'll move him inside and they'll line him up on
yeah,
a guard. And
hmm
that way he can really get a mismatch because
yeah,
most tackles now are pretty good, but you line him up on a guard that's not used to
mhm,
having to move the way that Miles moves, and
yeah,
that creates all types of problems.
yeah. Because like usually they're used to like that Sheldon Richardson, Larry
Yeah,
Ogunjobi players, but Miles Garrett,
yeah,
his length is amazing.
yeah.
That was like great. And the first year he came into league, I was like, okay, they may have missed on him, but like
No,
because he was like he got off to a slow start at the beginning,
yeah.
and
Well,
then
his first on his first snap he had a sack.
oh yeah,
His first career snap was a sack, and then that same play, it's interesting. He actually lined up over a guard,
oh
and
yeah.
yeah, so that started that. But
But then I was quick to realize that he was playing with the Browns, so like that's back when they were like bad,
yeah,
like
1 and
very bad.
15, 0 and 16. Yeah.
Hugh Jackson's just the greatest coach in the world. Uh,
Oh yeah,
it's-
so great. 1 and 31 in 2 years. Let's
yeah.
keep him around.
Yeah, that's it's amazing. Like I don't know what made him think that like going 1-15 would like turn around the whole entire team and go like 16-0 or something like that. Like not even that.
Nah,
Maybe like
man,
not even,
they had a perfect season. They had a perfect season
they
already.
have yeah they had a very perfect season. It's
We had a parade and
like
everything.
it's whatever way you want to look at it. Like they're
I wanted to go to the parade.
oh for real.
Couldn't make it to Cleveland, man. Couldn't make it.
That's tough. That's tough. So let's talk about one more topic, and I think we're gonna wrap up.
All right.
And it's basically just the Pro Bowl. Who do you right now? Yeah,
The Pro Bowl.
there's one topic I want to get into here, and it's Yannick Ngakoue, the
Okay.
Yannick Ngakoue situation, because there's players or it was like what was the trade? It was like Minnesota has to give up a first round pick if Yannick Ngakoue makes the playoff or makes the Pro Bowl.
Makes the
Do you
pro.
think that like
Oh,
yeah, it's like do you
interesting.
think that like if and now everybody who hates the Minnesota Vikings are like, okay, vote Yannick Ngakoue. He's not having a Pro Bowl season. Just vote him. Like just so they
Just
can
to
give him
mess
a
with the
first round.
Vikings.
Yeah, because
Well,
then
I don't
and
know if this
Jackson
is still going on, but they've been saying they're going to play the Pro Bowl on Madden.
for real?
Yes. I don't know if that's still. I don't know if
What?
that's still going to happen, but they're saying instead of like going to Hawaii and like doing the Pro Bowl, they're gonna
I mean, they don't
have.
always do it in Hawaii. They've changed it a lot of times, so
Yeah, but
they
like
can
the the
probably
the
do that.
the actual Pro Bowl stadium is in Hawaii. So I mean, they
There's
could go
you,
somewhere else, but
they were
like,
saying that about that about the draft as well. They didn't do it there, but
yeah,
doubt it.
I don't
Highly
know.
doubt
I mean, they did
that.
they
They
did the
may.
draft virtual, but first of all, the Pro Bowl is already the worst All Star game
Oh
of
yeah.
all professional sports,
Oh yeah.
right? NBA All Star Weekend is
Oh
far
yeah.
better, right? I don't even like hockey. NHL All Star
Oh yeah.
is significantly
Baseball.
better.
I've never watched it, but it's probably better
Yeah,
than that.
I don't watch
It's
baseball even
better
a
than
little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah. Like I mean, I don't know. Like it's there's nothing good about it. Like
Yeah,
nothing
no,
good about it. Like
The Pro Bowl. First of all, there there are literally no qualifications for what you have to
oh
do
yeah.
to be a Pro Bowler.
Mhm.
Literally, Browns fans, as a joke, have been trying to vote in Andrew Sandejo. Like, there is no qualification for making the Pro Bowl. You just have to exist.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, like people are trying to vote Yannick Ngakoue just so the Vikings have to give up a first round pick.
Yeah. Because it goes to Jacksonville Jaguars, who probably gonna mess up the pick more than the Vikings.
Yeah.
Probably Vikings have a better chance of drafting a good player than the Jaguars. So, and you know what? And then Spawnhour came out with a video and was basically saying like, you know what? Even if you're not a Vikings or I mean, if you're not from the AFC or NFC North, can't speak. Um, just vote Yannick Ngakoue so the NFL realizes that their standards are just terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pro
Because
Bowl's
like
terrible. The Pro Bowl's
yeah,
terrible
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure J.C. Jackson can't even be voted in to the Pro
Why is
Bowl.
that?
I don't know. People are saying they couldn't vote for J.C. Jackson, and I was
Really?
like, doesn't dude lead the league in interceptions? Like, why can he
What?
not go to? Yeah, it made no sense. I was like, I didn't even check. I'm not voting for anyone to go to the Pro Bowl. I don't
Yeah,
care. It's like I'm not gonna watch the Pro Bowl. I haven't watched the Pro Bowl in like 4 years. It
yeah,
sucks.
yeah. And, like, there's no pride in like being a Pro Bowler. I mean,
Yeah.
like at least in NBA, if you're like a five-time All Star, it means something.
Yeah, but people would like to argue like, oh, so and so's been to the Pro Bowl so many times. I'm like, the Pro Bowl's a
Yeah,
joke.
it's literally just for the players to have fun. Like that's all
Yeah,
it is.
it's like
Just
it's
fun.
literally a vacation. That's
Like
literally it's
literally like a couple years ago when that woman ran onto the field with the flag, and that was probably the most eventful thing during that game. Yeah, halftime. Like
facts,
yeah,
facts.
and then like then she got arrested, and you know what? Deion Sanders did say that he was there post her bail if she did need it, but
Oh, W.
yeah.
Dion's a king for that.
She probably just should have just said, "Okay, no, no, just give me the money. I'll go post my bill." And she didn't have to post bail or anything, so she just
That's
kept the
damn.
money ever. Nah, but it yeah, but like that I don't know, like Pro Bowl's a joke. Like they're
It's been a
trying to
joke.
they're trying to do stuff with like games like dodgeball stuff like
Yeah.
that, but like you're just giving a person who makes millions of dollars more money. Like what? Like
Yeah.
those people make like multi-million dollars. Like think is like
It
and
just
you're gonna
really
give them
it
like a
doesn't
ten
make any
thousand dollars.
sense.
$10,000 is like
Nothing.
that's not that much to them. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
now if you put fans in that, like Yeah, then it'll
Yeah,
get
that would be, I think, would be more interesting is if,
yeah.
during Pro Bowl weekend, they just said,
If they
okay,
had
well,
some like
fan competitions, right? Instead
yeah,
of, having the quarterbacks do passing accuracy challenges, have the fans do
like yeah, we know that the quarterbacks are gonna do good. Like you think we're here like not knowing that like Deshaun Watson can throw a ball into a hula hoop? Like
it.
we're here. Like
First of
we
all,
know
first of all,
that.
first of all, whether or not he can is irrelevant.
I know. Like
It's like
that
we
doesn't
know
mean
he can
anything.
play quarterback in the
Yeah.
NFL. We've
Like
seen him
okay,
do it.
it was even fun like when they had Von Miller and Thielen throw the passes like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like
Like, yeah,
why do
change
you have
up the positions.
quarterbacks? Why do
Yeah,
you have
change up the
quarterbacks?
positions.
It was fun because then Thielen like went off doing that. I was like, oh my god. And everybody's like,
Yeah.
when did this guy ever play quarterback? And then in the Pro Bowl, he tried to play quarterback and threw a pick.
Oh
It was
yeah,
like,
I remember.
yeah,
I saw
threw an
that clip. I saw
interception.
that clip.
Yeah, like dang, but like there's nothing fun about it. Like we know a receiver can make a one-handed catch diving. We
Exactly.
know that he can make a sideline catch. Like you're not surprising us with
Yeah.
anything. This isn't proving their skill.
Yeah.
Like like
Pull random fans out and
have like a
like,
weekend or something, like
yeah.
a whole weekend where like you have like at least the NBA, it's like the dunk contest is fun to watch.
Yeah. Because that highlights like
Yeah,
skills and stuff. Like you should
like
do maybe a catch contest so you can make
I
the
know,
coolest
like
catch.
yeah,
Like, I
like
don't know. There just needs to be something
yeah,
that
there has to be
is,
something. And then like, I mean, what else would there be? Like what is like? Oh, and then like rookie games, like that would be fun.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, see, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with it though. There was a couple like back when Peyton Manning was a rookie, there was a running back who I don't remember if it was Peyton Manning back when Randy Moss was a rookie. At least there was a running back who played for the Patriots, had an amazing season, and almost won Rookie of the Year, and got injured. And it wasn't a football game really necessarily. It was done by the NFL. It was a very dumb decision by the NFL because they played on a volleyball sand court with no pads, no nothing. They just played flag football on sand. And you know the Dak Prescott injury, that's what
Yeah.
happened to him. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
Well,
that.
sand's difficult to run in. Usually most people just
Yeah,
use sand to train in.
yeah. And they were like, and it was like the rookie show, and I'm like, this guy's season or his career got messed up because of that one game. That's the
That's
only thing
crazy.
I'll give the Pro Bowl. There's not much you can really do with such a sport like football. That it's
Yeah.
like that's the only problem. But like the games, like if you're gonna do something, just make it more
Yeah.
interesting to watch at least. Like
Yeah.
or at least be like I don't know. Like there's just nothing there. Like no one wants to watch that. Like I
Yeah.
bet like all the fans who went to like to see the Pro Bowl games and stuff probably got gifted those tickets.
Yeah.
Like they no way that they spent that much money
I'm
unless
not spending unless you just like want to go to Hawaii,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean that'd be the only
They
reason. But I wouldn't go to Hawaii to go to the Pro Bowl. I'm going to Hawaii
they
because I
probably
want to
just
go to
give out the
Hawaii.
tickets. They probably just give the tickets out at the door at the door of like the
Probably
hotels.
facts. Yeah,
Like
it's like
like
Jesus.
oh the Pro Bowl's going on. Interesting. Okay, I'll go check it out.
Yeah,
Like
I'll go
what's
check out the Pro Bowl. That's cool.
yeah. Oh, and I can
Something to
go watch
do.
the games. Oh, wow, I have nothing to do here. I'm just on an
Exactly.
island, one of the best islands
Yeah.
in, in the
Oh
US. I
yeah.
totally don't have anything to do. Like, what is the point of it? Like, what's the point of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah, the Pro Bowl's
like it doesn't
terrible.
prove
It's
anything.
so
Like
bad.
now, all pros and um
Yeah.
the
Like
awards mean something, but
yeah,
like
like awards
and
have some
awards actually
value.
probably mean more than it does in the NBA, probably because the
Well,
standards
depending on
are
the award. I think it depends on the
mhm.
award. Like
Because the
MVP, I would
standards in the
say.
yeah, the standards in the NBA is kind of different. Like it's like
Yeah.
MVP has to go to it's like usually goes to like the best player on the best team.
Yeah.
For the NFL, it's not really that. Like a five
I
and
mean,
one
it
quarterback
kind of
can
does. It
it
kind of
kind of
does,
does.
but
It
like
kind of does. But like
yeah, it depends
there's
because if a
Lamar
defensive
Jackson won
player.
it, and I don't think he was the best player on the best team. I mean, no,
No, he
yeah, he was
was the
on the
best.
best team.
That
Yeah,
was he
he
was
was
the
the
best
best
player
player
on
on
the
the
best.
team. Oh
Yeah,
wait, yeah, yeah.
and
You know,
they were 14-2. They were
kind
14-2, and
Patty
he was the
Mahomes
best
though.
player.
Oh, actually, they did go 14. You know
Yeah,
what?
they
I'm
were
just gonna
14 and
pretend like
2,
I
and he
never
was their
said
best
that.
player.
I just never said that.
and, and
Don't
then the
worry
year
that.
before, the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. The Chiefs.
it
You know
almost
what? They
always does go to the best player on the best
it
team.
usually goes to the team that's in the super, one of the teams in the Super Bowl. Usually, for some
Well,
reason,
it's
but
not supposed to be because
yeah,
the award is
just
supposed to go to a the actual it's supposed to be a regular season award, so they're not supposed to
yeah.
take any playoffs or anything
It's
into
just,
it.
but usually that's like I think Matt Ryan won it, and it's just funny
Yeah,
because like usually those teams actually lose the Super Bowl for some reason. It's just funny to me because
yeah.
like you
MVP
like
an
Matt
MVP
Ryan got
the last MVP to win a Super Bowl was 1999. It was shoot. Who was the quarterback for the Rams?
Kurt Warner.
Yeah, Kurt Warner was the last MVP to win the Super Bowl in the same
Yeah,
season.
that's it's like a curse almost. Like we got the How many
Yeah.
curses are in the NFL? Oh
So
my!
we have the
We got the
MVP curse,
Madden
we
curse.
have the Madden curse, and we have the Super Bowl hangover curse,
Yeah,
which
there
is
was
you
something
lose the
else I saw
Super
the other
Bowl
day.
and then
I
you
forgot what it
don't
was,
make the
but like,
playoffs or something.
yeah, it's oh my goodness. Like, yeah, the Falcons saw that. The
Yeah.
Philly saw that.
And now
49ers saw that.
49ers are seeing it,
No,
which is why
Philly won.
yeah,
So
Philly won the Super Bowl, and then
they
there
may just
was
have they just may have
The Patriots didn't miss the playoffs, but they weren't as good
yeah.
next
There's a
season.
lot of curses. And then you get into like with certain teams and then you see like the Bobby Lane
Yeah,
curse. And there's just so many crazy stuff. I'm like,
the
it's just
Browns
funny.
curse.
It's just funny to me because like the Lions like their fans actually believe it as it means something. Like they're like, oh, we're not gonna win one because Bobby Lane said that we're not going to. It's just funny to me.
That's tough.
It's like
I mean, the Lions.
the Lions are the most average team in the NFL right now.
The Lions are one of the most
They're on the
poorly managed teams of all
they're
time.
on the point where they could rebuild, but they're in the spot where they don't want to because of how much talent they have. But they probably need it.
Once Stafford leaves, I think they'll rebuild.
Yeah.
That's
Stafford,
probably
yeah,
that's the one
probably
thing that I think is holding them
yeah.
back from rebuild.
Stafford's very underrated. Yeah. You know what? They did that Lions team. That how do you lose two of the greatest players and just make them want to leave your team so bad? They leave
That they
early. They
retire. That
retire
they
early.
retire. That
Yeah,
they
retire.
don't even go
Yeah, no, they don't.
they don't want to play football anymore.
No, no. It was sad because Calvin Johnson, he actually wanted to come back into the NFL, but
Yeah.
he didn't want to play for the Lions so bad that he didn't come back.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember, it was back when Marshawn Lynch came, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
he was like in the Lions. It was the pettiest thing. They held on to his contract, and they were like, okay, if you're gonna come back, you have to play for us. And he was like, no, we're not doing
Not
it. We're
worth
not
it.
going.
Not worth
We're not
it.
doing it. We're not doing it.
Literally, when Barry Sanders retired, he said he just got bored. He just wasn't. He said he was not having fun playing football anymore. So he's like that was literally his reasoning. He was just like, I'm not having fun anymore, so I'm just gonna retire.
There's worse teams than the Lions, but that's the worst team. The worst man. How do you get bored playing like Barry Sanders? It's not like he's a power back or something like that. Just
No.
goes in there. He's like one of the flashiest players.
Yeah.
Oh how? Calvin Johnson.
Because he played for the Detroit
I
Lions.
know. Like he's playing in Detroit first of all, which is not the
No
biggest
one wants
market.
to play. No one wants to play in Detroit.
Yeah, like it's not the biggest market. Like
and they
you
have the
know.
worst management other than
Oh yeah.
maybe Washington right now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Dan Snyder.
I don't know if you remember, Trent Williams had cancer,
Oh
and
yeah.
they did not know. I would have actually I would have been so pissed. I would have been so pissed.
No,
like,
they I remember the Calvin Johnson. Yeah, they mistreated Trent Williams a lot, whether
that's
it
what
was
I'm saying.
cancer or even in just like his injuries and
Yeah. And now he's fine. Now he's
yeah,
fine that he's not there.
even no I don't know if you remember even the Jets have like you remember Kelechi Smelly?
Oh my gosh.
They yeah they sent empty MRI scans or X-ray scans to the doctors, and they said it was by accident.
Nah.
Like they didn't.
Nah.
Like, how'd you send something? How do you not know that there's nothing? Like you don't have to be a genius to realize that someone's leg is not in the picture. It's like you don't
it's
have to
not
be.
That they sent the wrong leg. No. They just didn't send.
They didn't send anything. Yeah. Like okay, maybe okay. You know what? You got your left and right mixed up. There's nothing wrong with this side.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they try to
Nah.
play him again. And then he was like, "Nah, bump this. I'm out."
Yeah, like, bro, that's what I'm saying. The
And he's still on
Jets,
IR.
the Lions, and
Lions, they
Washington.
Lions, once they get a player, they're like, okay, please play for us as long as you can. Just
Just
don't.
please
If
play.
you're yeah, if you're injured, you're still playing, please, because you're the only person who can do something. Like
Literally.
Calvin
Matt
Johnson was
Stafford, yeah,
hurt.
Stafford, what he like dislocated his shoulder?
That wasn't on the lines though. That was more Matt Stafford. He
Yeah,
really
but
didn't feel like coming off the field. And
yeah,
I
but
don't know if
still,
it
like
the Lions probably told him, okay, you got to make it look like it's all on you. Okay, but you know for a fact we're the ones trying to put you out there because you're
exactly.
playing for us even if you're hurt. We're not starting whoever's behind you. Like
This is
we're
like
not starting from the bench.
anytime they get a good player, it's just like,
Have you seen
please.
Calvin Johnson's fingers? Like it's all messed up. It's
Are
like
you serious?
yeah, if you like
Oh,
look like
that's crazy.
it's like his like it's not like weird to look at, but it's like it doesn't look good because like
Yeah.
he's just I don't know, like Calvin Johnson, and then he had a whole leg injury that got delayed to like look at, and then oh my, it was
Yeah.
terrible,
See,
terrible management.
people want to talk about like okay, if you're the first overall pick, go to any team, right? It doesn't
Mhm.
matter. You're guaranteed like $30 million, right?
Yeah,
But if you're not a first overall pick, you got to get out of either New York Giant or the New York Jets, Washington,
yeah,
or the Lions. You cannot
yeah.
play for those teams.
They're gonna screw up your career. They're just gonna screw it up.
Exactly.
Probably like some of the best managed teams are probably there's not many, but I think the Chiefs probably one of them.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots, just because they know that they have a player that literally, if you give him a player off the street, like Bill Belichick, if he finds someone catching a ball outside his yard, he'll go and
He's
be like,
signing
"Oh
him.
wow, yeah." He's like signing
Exactly.
him, even if it's the shortest, most unathletic player you've ever seen, who played soccer, thought that football meant soccer, like he'd probably take him and make him the greatest receiver ever to play football. Like
Yeah.
so, so basically they can just give their players breaks whenever they want to. Like
I mean,
they can just call us.
yeah, teams you want to play for the Patriots, right? Because you want to
Mhm,
play for teams that are super well coached, super well managed. You want to play for the Patriots. You want to play for the Dolphins, right?
mhm.
Because Brian Flores is a great coach. You want to play for the
Oh yeah.
Steelers. You want to play for, probably the 49ers, even though they're hurt right now. But,
Mhm,
Kyle Shanahan's still a great coach. The
yeah.
Rams are very well coached, right? It's like those are the teams you want to play
Yeah.
for. No one wants to. Like, I don't blame people for not wanting to come to Cleveland to play for the Browns. I don't
Yeah,
like
they go through coaches like and they finally found Kevin
exactly.
Stefanski though. They did find Kevin Stefanski though.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long that
I mean,
lasts.
he had a promising. He was actually in the Coach of the Year talks for some time actually.
Yeah, for a little bit, but it's gonna either be Brian Flores or Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I don't see Mike Tomlin. I think it's Brian Flores right now.
I think
There's
it's Brian
no way.
Flores, no question. But like
Yeah, no question. But like, I mean, NFL
they
awards at
people
least is a
yeah
little
that's
bit more
like
managed.
people would argue Mike Tomlin just if they're undefeated.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going undefeated. But like, this, I mean, it's just hard to like say that a team that went literally was like one of the worst teams in the NFL
Exactly.
went to a playoff contender. I think
Exactly. Two
they don't
years
have to
like
win many more to get into the
last year I think they
playoffs.
were 6-10, but they had one of the
Yeah.
worst rosters in the league, and it's even a miracle they
Mhm.
won 6 games. And now
Yeah.
this year they're fighting for a playoff spot. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. They could easily win actually because
yeah,
Buffalo just needs to. I mean, they don't have to do all that. They just have to take. Yeah, they can easily take the 7th seed if needed, but
yeah,
they can win that division if they could.
yeah.
They could,
Yeah. Their division is still up for grabs. They could beat the
except the
Bills,
Jets. Except
the
the Jets.
Jets. Yeah, the Jets are.
You know what though?
It's what's
Maybe
crazy.
if
The Patriots could even still make the
yeah,
playoffs.
they could. Yeah, they could because Miami uh yeah, they could actually because
Yeah,
they have a 2-1 division record.
yeah,
So they could
yeah.
easily take that. They
Yeah, but they got to win a lot of games coming up. So
yeah. Jets probably thinking like, okay, maybe if everybody loses, nah, they can't do that. Even if every team loses, they still can't
no,
because
yeah, the Jets are mathematically eliminated already.
yeah,
They're the first
so
team out.
a zero win percentage.
Never won. I know how
Mm.
that feels, man.
Oh yeah.
Pain.
That one. The Browns went quick though. I mean, that was a quick rebuild. But I don't know. I feel like that's part of the problem, though. The fact that they went from good to worst to first in such a quick time period. Like it was too fast. I think.
I think we set ourselves really high expectations too
Yeah.
soon, and
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like our window's a lot bigger than
Mhm.
we're
Yeah. They
expecting it
missed.
to be.
They missed on so many players. Like the Deshaun Kaiser. I mean, I saw that you had him as the worst draft pick. You,
He's the worst player that's ever played for the Browns.
um,
He led the league in interceptions.
I mean, okay, but I mean, again, like part of that was the fact that they just threw him in there, like just threw him into the fire. He was clearly whenever
They
he
did
came
that,
out of Notre Dame,
and yeah,
I mean, I feel like if he went to another team, and I don't think it's more on Deshaun Kaiser, it's more of the situation. They literally, if you gave them a long snapper and said that he can throw a ball, they'd probably start him at the quarterback position for one game at least.
okay. So you can argue the situation was bad, right?
Yeah.
But like, there's plenty of quarterbacks that have been in bad situations. Sam Darnold's situation is one of the worst in the league, right?
Mhm.
Matt Stafford's situation for the majority of his career has been awful, but like they're not leading the league in interceptions,
That's true. I
right?
mean, but who's he supposed to throw to though? And
Who's Sam Darnold supposed to throw to?
he has. Oh, I mean, he had Robbie Anderson, but he has
Yeah, he had
Jamison
Robbie
Crowder now.
Anderson, Jamison
Who?
Crowder. Wow, Jamison
Robbie.
Crowder, man. We're talking.
I mean, that's better than whoever Deshaun had.
His number one receiver was Duke Johnson, the running back.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That
I
was his
mean,
best receiver, but
yeah,
you got like they weren't even throwing that much that he could even throw that many
yeah,
interceptions. It's just like
yeah. I mean,
he threw so many interceptions, right? Like it's one thing, it's like, oh, he didn't have a high completion percentage. That's understandable, right? A lot of passes dropped, whatever. You
is he worse
led
than
the
Johnny Manziel though?
yes.
Oh. I mean, Johnny Manziel like made the team.
Johnny Manziel had his antics, right? Johnny Manziel was, just couldn't, stop partying. Johnny Manziel would just like
That's true.
couldn't get his mind right. Deshaun Kaiser had his mind right. He just sucked at playing quarterback. Johnny Manziel wasn't even that bad, like
I
talent
think it was just more of the fact that like he got. I, I feel like it could have been a different outcome for Deshaun Kaiser
It's like,
if
yes, had he
yeah
gone to the Patriots, he
yeah
would have been better.
not even that
It's
far. If he just went to a team that at least could have sat him down for you, because we both know that Deshaun Kaiser was a project. He was a
Yeah, he's a
project.
project.
Yeah, that
Yeah, but like
it wouldn't be the first year like, and it's basically what happened to just Dwayne Haskins, and he got played with I think
yeah,
it was a player who think they actually played him against um a rookie quarterback, and what happened was he just looked bad, like because he looked like a bust because he played against a rookie quarterback who outplayed him. It's basically what happened to Dwayne Haskins in Washington, where he played Daniel Jones
yeah,
and looked like terrible.
yeah.
And
So yeah, I mean that's the thing. If you play project quarterbacks before they're ready and
yeah,
they look bad,
so it
that's
was it was
because they're
bound to
not.
happen.
That's
It was
because
bound to happen at some point.
okay. So it's either you wait, which the Browns couldn't wait. They didn't have
Yeah,
anyone sit him behind, and or you just play him and you hope for the best. And
yeah,
they played him and they hoped for the best, and he was terrible.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
And it's the
because
same thing with
we've seen that.
Haskins.
Haskins. I mean, they had three other quarterbacks there, and uh, I don't know what happened there. Like, they had Case
It's like,
Keenum. I
it's
don't
like
even know
okay,
what the rest
Case
of them did.
Keenum,
Yeah,
Case, Case
why do they have three quarterbacks on that team? I just realized that.
the Browns have Case Keenum now, but the
Yeah, they have
Washington
they
football
have
team, they
Kyle
now
Allen. They have,
Kyle Allen,
but oh
Alex
my,
Smith.
that team still game, and it's again bad management again. They literally lost two of the players, and now they're looking at a guy who had a career-threatening injury to come back and lead them to a player
Yeah.
spot. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, but
Well,
right side, I don't know. I think Daniel Jones was a good pick for us. I mean, could be. I
no.
know you would disagree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I still okay. Here's the
Every time
thing.
I watch Daniel Jones play, I'm waiting for him to fumble the football. That's not good.
He's looking better. He is looking better though. He actually improved now.
We'll
Daniel Jones is
see.
one of those guys that like I trust him to make a quick this quick change to his play style because he can. I mean that Tampa Bay Bucks game was one of the best games he played.
Yeah, he played good in that like last stretch on that final drive. He had two really good
Yeah.
passes, and then he sold on the 2-point conversion.
I don't know if that's Daniel Jones though.
No, that was a terrible throw. It was late and it was behind him. It should have been it should have been easy 2-point conversion. Had he thrown it as soon as I don't even know who the running back was that got open.
Deion Lewis.
Dion Lewis. Had he thrown it as soon as Dion Lewis had gotten open, it could have been a 2-point conversion.
I mean,
and had he
okay,
put it over the shoulder.
yeah. I think that play came down to like that penalty was more crucial to that play. I think it was like, and I told OJ he's a Bucks fan. And I was like, if that penalty was called, like it should have been called when the flag came out. If it wasn't called, I wouldn't have a problem with it. If the penalty flag never came out, I would have a problem with it. It
Yeah.
was like one of those plays. I mean, and I think it also came down to Daniel Jones taking a chance on that. I think just if there's a penalty, I think because Dion Lewis, I don't think he was ever open on the play. Like he was there, but like
No, he was open.
he was open, but
Daniel
like
Jones waited. I don't know why Daniel
yeah,
Jones waited.
yeah. Like whenever
If
he
he
did
throws
throw
it
it to him,
sooner,
he was. It was like it's a high percentage play, but it
you have to
it
hit
was
that
more.
sooner.
It was just more of like whenever he did throw it, I think he was just waiting for the penalty to be called,
Yeah.
and it
You can't
sadly
throw
didn't
one
go up.
looking for a penalty.
Yeah, and
You have to throw someone open, and you
that's
can't
why
do that.
we're in a lot of games just can't win them. Like we literally led our last 6 games by double-digit leads, and we blew all of them,
That's tough.
except the Eagles and the Redskins twice. We literally won 2 of 5 games right now to a team without a name. Like,
Yeah,
like
the Washington football team, man.
how did they not come up with that name? How did they like
I don't know,
not
man.
like again the management like just it's so easy to come up with a name. Anything like anything would work. Just do something. Just me.
Nah, man. They're the
I
football
think it's
team.
more. I think it's more. I think it's more of the rebranding, though. I think that's what they were looking at. Probably the rebranding
Yeah,
is probably tougher. I think because they have a huge logo of a red Indian on their field,
yeah,
and now they got to change that to
exactly.
a W.
And yet they can't get a W on the field, man.
Yeah, they can't. That's tough. Well, uh, that's all the questions I have. Did you want to add anything to any? Do
I
you
don't
want to
think
add on
so.
to anything? No.
I don't think. I think that's all I got.
Yeah. Well, if you joined us here today on the live, thank you for joining. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, like, follow, do all that good stuff. And did you want to sign us off and shout yourself
Yeah.
out?
Yeah. So hope everyone's having a wonderful day. As you guys know, I'm BlaidenK. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
until
so
next time.
hey,
Yeah.
that'll be it. And see you guys.